Good morning, guys. Welcome to reading class. Today we're gonna review realistic fiction. Realistic fiction. What is it? It's a story using made-up characters, invented characters that could happen in real life. The setting is real. The characters can be real. And as all the stories, there is a problem and a solution. The author does not use the words I, me, or mine in realistic fictions because it's not written. The author point of view is not first person. Don't forget this, realistic fictions is a made up story, right? That involve characters, setting, and problems that are realistic. It means that could happen in real life. We have some examples here, some example books. The Space Between Lost and Found. Lost and Found is um, lost items. It's in the school, for example, before we have a lost and found. I used to have a lost and found container in the class. So you say, Miss, I found this eraser. Okay, put it in the lost and found container. So you put it there. Then the owner says, oh, that's my eraser. Take it from there. So it's very useful strategy. Wing, the list of things that would not change. The only black girls in towns. Clean getaway. This one, as I say it, are some examples of realistic fiction. Let's watch a short video.
Oh, really?
Realistic fiction, yes or not? And why? Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Greg records his sixth grade experiences in a middle school where he and his best friend, Rowley Underside, weakling amid boys who'd need to shave twice daily, hope just to survive. When Rowley grows more popular, Greg must take drastic measures to have their friendship, to save their friendship. Okay, this one, do you think is realistic fiction? This book,
Yeah.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Yeah, because it says that
Yeah.
that he records
He talk of one kid.
experiences of his sixth grade in a middle school. Now the second one, Hank, the original adventures of Hank, the cow dog. Hank, the cow dog, head of ranch security, is framed for the murder of a chicken. Murder of a chicken, and becomes an outlaw with the coyotes. How we get out of this mess? Realistic fiction?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No,
Yes.
because this story,
Not realistic fiction.
actually it is not, because the story says that this dog is investigating the murder, el asesinato of a chicken. And he is analyzing all the animals in the farm, the cow, the dogs, other chickens, and finally, a coyote. Dogs don't used to do that. They are not investigators. Okay, so this one's yes, and this one, no. Because the character is not a person.
Yes. Yes. Realistic fiction. He needs, if he's a realistic fiction, he needs cutters, not dog, cat, and animals.
So look at this one. The country mouse and the city mouse. The country mouse is the mouse that live in rural community. A fable. This is a fable. My dear, how are you? Said the country mouse. She kissed her cousin, the city mouse, and made her welcome in her snug little hole. How good of you to travel all this way to visit me. She went on. Well, you shall see how we country folk live. Not badly at all. With that, she began to carry food out of the house. The best of everything should be put on the table for her guests. They would eat outdoors in the fresh air under a tree, and the birds would sing to them while they feasted. It took a long time to carry out the motley crust that she's paring, the bacon ring, and the dry peas and beans she had stored up, but all was ready at last. That dessert would be 2 stacks of fresh wheat, which she had brought home from the field that very day. She laid them proudly on a mushroom. Look, sitting down, they are laying down proudly on mushrooms. And very pretty they look too. Isn't they look pretty, right? The country mouse ate heartily, but the city mouse only nibbled at the food, como que little bites, okay? And the other ones, the country mouse, eats energetically. She was used to better things. This sentence, está acostumbrada a cosas mejores. That's what it says here. She was used to better things. After that dessert, she said, my dear, how can you bear to live in this bulky way? How could you bear? ¿Cómo aguantas vivir like this? I call this starving. Starving is when you, for example, haven't eaten during the whole day. You didn't eat breakfast, you haven't eaten lunch. So you are not hungry, you are starving. Usted no está hambriento. What happened? You are not starving. Usted se está muriendo del hambre. You are not hungry, you are starving. You don't know what happiness is. Come with me and let me show you my way of life. You will be done with long lines. You will live in plenty and enjoy all the pleasures your heart desires. The country mouse saw nothing wrong with her way of life, but she agreed to go with her cousin, and they set off at once. It was night when they reached the city. This is my house, the city mouse said, and led the way up the stairs and into the dining room. It was brightly lighted. On the table were the remains of a fine feast, for there had been a party that night. Now, help yourself. Help yourself. The city mouse invited her cousin. The country mouse scampered over the snowy cloth and stared at the dishes. She could hardly believe it. It wasn't all a dream. She didn't know which to taste first. She didn't know. She has many things on there. The pudding, the cheese, the cakes, the jellies, or the nuts. She sniffed at the grapes and pears. They didn't look real, but yes, they were. She was very thirsty. So first of all, she took a sip out of a tall sparkling glass. How silly I have been to waste my life in the country, she thought. This is heaven. Then she started nibbling on a piece of cake, but she had taken no more than 2 bites. When the doors flew open, it came the servants with their friends and a couple of roaring dogs. They were going to enjoy the livings of the feast too. The mice ran for their lives and hid in a corner. They lay trembling, hardly daring to breathe. Not till everybody had gone away did they dare to creep out. Well, my dear, said the country mouse, if this is city life, goodbye. I'll go back to the country. I would rather have my motley crusts and dry peas in my own quiet hole than feast like this in a fear of my life. So this is like a moral because this one is a fable. Crusts eaten in peace are better than cakes eaten in fear. That's true. That's true. Question, is this story a good example of realistic fiction? Yes or no?
Yes.
This one could happen in real life?
No. No.
This is fictional, but it's not an example of realistic fiction because the main character is a mouse, not a human.
Not a human, yeah.
Not a human, okay? That's the moral at the end of the story. It's true. It's better to be in peace, live in peace, than live in fear. with something better. That right? Okay, guys. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.